night, the big one, the Jonesboro Showdown, right here in Jonesboro at the ASU Armory. Cactus Jack, one of the few men to beat Big Van Vader, is coming to town to take on the Colorado Kid, coming to town to try to take that North American title back to Atlanta, Georgia with him. Freddie Fargo,
now
his man.
Explain to these people just who it is that's responsible for bringing in the legend himself, Cactus Jack. You're looking at the man responsible right here. And why am I doing it? I know the question going through your mind right now. What do flamboyant Freddie Fargo and Cactus Jack have in common? And truth be told, very little. Obviously, when I need a new set of suits, I get on my own SST, fly to Italy, get the Brioni brothers out to tailor-make my suits. Cactus Jack, on the other hand, hasn't changed his shirt in 7 years. So what? Freddie Fargo eats in the finest restaurants in New York City, dines on London broil, very rare, steamed Maine lobster, Dom Perignon. Cactus Jack, burgers, fries, Diet Cokes, good enough for him. Freddie Fargo drives around in a Bentley. Cactus Jack drives around in a Jeep. So now, it's getting wider as to what we have in common.
Well, forget what you have in common.
I'm going to tell you what we have in
Why
common.
are you going to be in his corner Monday night?
I'm going to tell you right now, what we have in common is right here in our hearts, a deep love and respect for the sport of wrestling. And neither one of us likes the way it's being diluted at the moment. Colorado Kid, hot news. Hot news right now. Well, Cactus Jack, in his own and enviable way, is about to tell you why he is coming to Arkansas to meet you Monday night, Jonesboro ASU Armory. Go to the interview.
Okay, let's go hear what Cactus Jack has to say.
I spent a lot of nights like this. A lot of trips to the emergency room. Nights I can barely even remember. God, I love those times. And so it is with just a little bit of skepticism that I sit here with scars over every part of my anatomy, with a brain that only works part of the time. But during those parts when that brain functions, I remain very skeptical. Skeptical of people who haven't paid their dues. Skeptical of people that everyone assumes is going to be the next big thing. Because I got very skeptical of the next big thing. Do you remember boxing's Dwayne Bobbitt? I didn't think so. And why is it for every artistic genius like Billy Joe Shaver that remains in obscurity, somebody like Billy Ray Cyrus gets all the headlines, all the attention? See, I don't mean to sound bitter because I've had my shares of successes and I haven't really toiled in obscurity because I've been pretty well recognized. But everybody likes to throw a label on somebody. This guy's the next big thing. And wrestling, we're good guys and we're bad guys. Well, not Cactus Jack. You see, I'm not a good guy or a bad guy. No, I prefer to think of myself as something like a policeman. No, even better, something like a garbage man in professional wrestling. Because there's garbage all around us. And somebody's got to clean it up. You see, I have a moral obligation not just to myself, but to wrestling's future and our children's future, that makes sure that the one thing in this world that's still pure professional wrestling remains that way, and it's a difficult job. But I'm willing to go all the way to Arkansas, which isn't one of my favorite parts of the country, and do just that, because we've got the next big thing there. The Colorado Kid. And when I heard, hey, the Colorado Kid's the next big thing, I thought, bang, bang! Someone's going to shoot him down. But I heard that he took on Bull Payne and did very well, and I thought, well, maybe this deserves a second look. And so, Colorado Kid, I'm coming not as your enemy, not as your friend. No, I'm coming to Arkansas as a garbage man. Because as anyone will testify, you leave a piece of garbage in the garbage can for one day and it gets thrown out, we don't really have a problem. You leave it for a week and it gets awful rancid down there. By golly, you leave it for 2 weeks, we got maggots crawling all around and we've got a big problem. So Colorado Kid, you tell me, do we have a problem or do we not? Does the garbage man have to come in and wipe the maggots off you and ship you away? See, there's two kinds of wrestlers in the world that face Cactus Jack. those who pass the test and those who fail. Now, those who pass the test of guts, of stamina, of strength and courage, well, they go on to be the biggest stars the sport's ever known. Men like Sting, he passed the test. Hey, Dustin Burrows passed the test too. It's not impossible. But for every Sting and for every Dustin Rhodes, there's a dozen would-be, could-be wrestlers, the next big things, who are sitting there babbling, handing out change in arcades because they didn't have what it took. So you tell me, and more importantly, Colorado Kid, when I come to Arkansas, you tell yourself, do you have what it takes? If you do, I'll be more than glad to stick out my hand and say, welcome to the world of professional wrestling and congratulations. You paid all your dues at one time. But if you don't, so help me, I'll scoop you away and throw you out and keep the sport pure for the rest of America. Bang, bang!
Well, I have to admit, what an intense individual, and certainly one of the biggest names in all of wrestling, coming to Jonesboro Monday night.
I want you people right now, this very minute, to picture in your mind the Colorado Kid sitting on his couch watching this television show. I can see the beads of sweat forming on your forehead. I can feel that gut wrenching up. I can feel those nerves being frayed, Colorado Kid, because you know, deep down in your heart, Monday night, Cactus Jack and flamboyant Freddie Fargo are walking out of the ASU Armory with that North American belt. It's going back to New York, and it's going to be kindling for my fireplace.
Monday night. Let's go to some more footage. Action all around the Ozark Mountain Wrestling area. Cactus Jack came to town last week. As you can see, fans, he still is the North American heavyweight champion. You beat Cactus Jack 1, 2, 3 right here in the middle, and I hear he wants revenge on March 13th. We'll talk more about that, but I know you have to be savoring this big victory.
Yes, this is the biggest victory of my career so far, and well, I'm looking forward to wrestling him any time he wants to come down here and try another hand at the belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was one of the all-time great matches in the history of Jonesboro wrestling. And right now we're going to show you some clips of that very match. This is what you missed if you weren't at the ASU Armory last Monday night.
What you are witnessing behind me right now is the act of a crazy man. This is the #1 most dangerous wrestler in the world today. This is Cactus Jack. We are in Jonesboro, Arkansas, where I opened my wallet, laid out the big bucks. Cactus Jack came rolling in and put the Colorado Kid through the test that he has never had in his life before. Cactus Jack beat you, he pummeled you, he tied you in knots, Colorado Kid. Yet through some strange twist of fate, through some sheer luck, you were able to eke out a victory over this man and save that North American title. This is not a happy man, Colorado Kid. This is a man that has put a price on your head. I'm talking to the Ozark Mountain promoters right now. This man gave you the biggest house ever seen in the city of Jonesboro. You want him back here? You want him to step into that ring with the Colorado Kid one more time? Open that wallet up. Call up Bill and Hillary. 1-800, gimme, take their money. Land it over here. He'll be back, Colorado Kid, and I certainly wouldn't want to be in your shoes. Cactus, got something to say to this little wimp?
I feel just a little bit like a school teacher here, Freddie. And as far as I'm concerned, the Colorado Kid has deserved a failing grade. You see, I said I was coming here to put you through a test, but I changed my mind. Somewhere during the course of the night, I changed my mind. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because you got cocky, kid. You got cocky, and somewhere during the course of that match, while I was giving you the beating of your life, you thought you deserved to be in the same ring as Cactus Jack. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you couldn't carry my jock. And even if you could, I'm not so sure you'd enjoy it. Because where do you get off? Where do you get off? Hitting me with a chair. One thing my father taught me a long time ago: never beat a man with his own belt, and never take a child's toys away from him, because a steel chair is my toy. And Jonesboro and all of Arkansas is about to become Cactus Jack's naughty, naughty playground. And you want to play rough? You want to think that you can eke out a victory and it means something to me? Look at this face, kid. Look at this face. I did not become the ugliest man in wrestling the easy way. I did not scoot out of the womb 29 years ago saying bang, bang. You see, I became ugly the old-fashioned way. I earned it. All of the legends in this great sport over the past 10 years of my life have made their mark. The missing teeth, the missing ear, the scars from head to toe. And guess what, kid? You're not here. Which means not only are you not on my facial map, well, you're not even on the map in wrestling. So like Flamboyant Freddie said, no, Freddie, I'm going to correct you. They don't have to open up the wallet on my behalf because I don't give a damn. Just open up the door. Open up the ring, and Colorado Kid somewhere in that skinny body of yours. You look good and hard. And please, search and search until you find the guts. Until then, I'm going to work on my penmanship.
Colorado Kid, anytime you're ready, open up that phone book. Look it up. World Trade Center, New York City, Triple F Enterprises. Call me up. We'll be back anytime you got the guts to step back in the ring with this man.
From coast to coast, and I'm talking from Campbell, California, to St. Paul, Minnesota, to New York City, the news is out. The big news of the week. Cactus Jack is the new Ozark Mountain Wrestling North American Heavyweight Champion. He accomplished that feat tonight, the 20th of March, 1995. Write it down, wrestling history was made. Now let's do a quick study of how it came to be. 4 short months ago, I waltzed into this state with a mission. The mission was to wreak havoc on the state of Arkansas for what you've done to the rest of America, that is, throwing up Bill and Hillary on the rest of us. And it didn't take me very long once I got here to figure out how to go about doing it. Just pick out what Arkansans love the best, what they like to coddle. So I looked around and I found your role model. I found your hero. I found your North American heavyweight champion, and I wanted that thing taken away from him so bad it hurt me deep down in my heart. So what did I do? I took a little trip to Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. I went banging on the door of Cactus Jack, the one man that I knew lacked brain matter, was nothing more than a sack of bones, with no compassion in his heart for anybody or anything. And I knew right away, this is the man to get the job done. I piled the money high. He came into Arkansas, and tonight, Colorado Kid, he did it. He pinned your shoulders to the mat. 1, 2, 3, everybody saw it. Now, my mission is accomplished. I have the North American heavyweight title sitting in the lap of Cactus Jack. And I'm going to look right into this camera and tell you people that that belt means absolutely nothing to me. And Cactus, I know you don't know this, but I came prepared tonight. I came prepared to show these people what that belt means to me, what it means to you. Hold on. Cactus, it's Monday night. Trash pickup in Jonesboro is on Tuesday morning. I want you to place that piece of tin and leather squarely in the middle of that garbage can where it belongs.
Well, Freddie, you paid for it. It's all yours. I guess there is no more North American champion. We had a goal. It's now accomplished, and I hope you're happy.
I couldn't be any happier. Take a look at this. This is a mass of cranium dementia to its utmost. And Colorado Kid, believe me when I tell you that if it ever crosses your mind that you want to step back into a wrestling ring, something that I doubt you are physically capable of doing after this man destroyed you, if it ever crosses your mind, I'll be knocking on his cave door again. I'll drag him back here, and we'll go back to square one. We'll start all over again, and the next belt will end up in the same place. We're going to leave you on a friendly note. Cactus, give him a bang bang.
Bang, bang! Fans, you've already been told that Cactus Jack is the new North American heavyweight champion. Luckily enough, some fan had a camcorder at the show last Monday night at the ASU Armory. We got the tape and we put together some clips of the match, but the actual ending you can't see on this because the fans were going crazy. I mean, they were just going absolutely crazy. What happened is Man Mountain Mike, who was handcuffed to Freddie Fargo because Freddie Fargo delivered an injunction that we couldn't put him in the cage, so I handcuffed him to Man Mountain Mike. I'm taking full responsibility for this. Man Mountain Mike, when Cactus Jack is trying to break Colorado Kid's leg on the ring post, got up to help the Colorado Kid. What happened, Cactus Jack and that Maniacal Freddie Fargo ran Man Mountain Mike, pushed him into Colorado Kid's leg not once but 3 times, therefore resulting in Colorado Kid being pinned 1, 2, 3. You're not going to see that real clear, but I want to show you the intensity of this match, this North American heavyweight title match, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, in the first interview since the Colorado Kid has lost the North American heavyweight title, I wanted to bring you out here and talk about the rematch with Cactus Jack. We're not sure when it's going to be, but Cactus Jack has sent in a video. We want to take a look at this interview from Cactus Jack and then get your comments to that.
Remember me? A short while ago, I came into your living room and said I was coming to Ozark Mountain Wrestling as a garbage man to get rid of the maggot-ridden carcass of the Colorado Kid, to get rid of somebody I said who was creating a massive stench upon the whole wrestling scene, a man who was supposed to be the next big thing in wrestling. Well, Freddie Fargo paid me to come in and take him out of wrestling, and I said I'd be glad to, because all I would be doing is cleansing the sport. Except for one thing. The Colorado Kid turned out not to be a piece of garbage, but I got rid of him anyway. Somewhere along the line, I lost track of what Cactus Jack is supposed to all be all about. And it's not taking payoffs, but the money kept piling up and piling up, and Freddie Fargo kept impressing upon me how important it was to get that belt. Well, belts are important in our sport. They're a symbol of excellence. They're what it's all about. They're what we all reach for and strive for, to be the best. Well, I won the belt that told me I was indeed the best, and what happened to that belt? It was thrown into the garbage, or now I hear that maybe Fabulous Freddie had it pawned. Well, Freddie, I hope you're happy. You see, I didn't get rid of the garbage. What I did is I extinguished what may have been one of the brightest lights in this sport. Professional wrestling has become overcome by two big wrestling conglomerates. There's no room for the little guy anymore. No room for young wrestlers to get their start. Well, Ozark Mountain Wrestling was a place where wrestlers could get their start. A place where people could come from small towns and see wrestling up close and personal the way it was supposed to be. Now you look at Cactus Jack, world famous, maybe so, but also the man who's responsible for the end of an era around Jonesboro, around all of Arkansas. You look into these eyes and you don't see pride, because I put the Colorado Kid out of wrestling, and with it, probably the hopes of Ozark Mountain Wrestling to exist. Well, Fabulous Freddie's back in New York, and he's pretty happy. Well, I find it hard to be that way, because the Colorado Kid is no more. And Fabulous Freddie, neither is my belt. Bang, bang!
Well, he thinks he's put you out of business. He thinks he doesn't have to come back and defend this title. Wonder what Freddie Fargo's been filling his head with.
Well, I don't know what they've been filling his head with, because as you can see, I'm walking around, and I have wrestled me a few matches, and he hasn't put me out of wrestling. I've slowed down my schedule a little bit. Doctors told me it's okay, I can start working out, just be like light with it. Well, I tell you what, Jack, you've got 30 days to defend that belt. I've got a rematch with you. I'm first in line for it, and you better be getting ready for that. I don't know what all these people's telling you, but I'm coming back for that belt. And when it happens, I'm going to take it from you.
Cactus Jack must defend the belt within 30 days to the Colorado Kid. There has to be a rematch. When that date comes up, fans, we'll let you know. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you, Bert. And I want to apologize to all you fans for losing that belt, but I'll make it up, and I will get it back for us. I promise.
Okay, there you have it. The Colorado Kid, ladies and gentlemen. This is your North American heavyweight champion. Coming to Jonesboro, Arkansas, April 10th, just a few short days away. And I understand I've got a challenger. I understand there's a young man coming back who wants a shot at me. Well, I stood here last week, and I paid homage to the Colorado Kid. And I talked about what a promising career he'd had. Well, Colorado Kid, when I said you were out of wrestling, that was a warning that meant, stay out of wrestling! Stay out of my life, or else you'll stop becoming the Colorado Kid, and you'll start becoming the Colorado bitter, broken down old man for a long time. You see, I am completely embarrassed, and I'm shocked by my behavior last week. Why? Because I was weak. Colorado Kid, this is a business to me. We get into the business of professional wrestling to win belts because the belts bring us money. And I stood here and I criticized Flamboyant middleman. You see, he didn't make it a necessity for me to win the belt to make money. He was making me money to win the belt. It was a business move, Colorado Kid, and I'm going to take you out or keep you out of wrestling as a business move. You see, kid, I've got kids, and I've got to ask myself realistically, what's Daddy going to do when wrestling is no more an option? What's Daddy going to do when I get that one last concussion that makes me go for the rest of my lifetime? The answer, Colorado Kid, is I'm not equipped and I'm not prepared to do a hell of a lot. This is what I do. It's all I do. And when Cactus Jack gives you a beating that he says ends your career, well, it ends your career. So you want to step up and play Superman to a bunch of rednecks? Well, fly, 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 Superman. Bang, bang! I'll shoot you down. And when you're laying on that ground and Cactus Jack is soaring high above you with a 287-pound elbow aimed right at your liver, make no mistake about it, Colorado Kid. Jack's back. And he's not here to play. Flamboyant Freddie, accept my apologies. Fans of Ozark Mountain Wrestling, accept the fact that Jack's back. Bang, bang!
In what was one of the MAC classics ever held in Jonesboro, the Colorado Kid trying to regain the North American heavyweight title is phenomenal. Back and forth wrestling action. Did you see that? Drop kick, a patented Colorado Kid drop kick off the top rope. He hurt his knee there, folks. The knee had already injured. Cactus Jack is fighting for life at this point. Colorado Kid knows he's got him on the ropes. But ladies and gentlemen, there's lots more to come. Colorado Kid going for a second drop kick off the top rope and delivers it. But ladies and gentlemen, what he does, he's injured that knee even more. Cactus Jack down again. Like I said, he's fighting for his life. He doesn't want to lose this belt, no matter what he tells you fans, ladies and gentlemen. And Freddie Fargo is on the ringside saying, hey, get up, get up. There's Colorado Kid going. Believe me. Oh, and he lands a square in there. Cactus Jack down. 3 drop kicks in a row. Oh, just an eyelash. Look at the fans. Ladies and gentlemen, they're sitting on pins and needles. At this point, I'm sitting in the crowd. I'm going bananas, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something. This match was phenomenal. If you missed it, you missed a great one. And anybody that was in that audience will tell you it was a Mac classic for sure. Colorado Kid going up for the 4th drop kick. Cactus Jack up. And he misses on the 4th try. Colorado Kid went to the well one time too many. And Cactus Jack, being the wily veteran that he is going to right now try to get the pin. Climbing over there, ladies and gentlemen. What a tense moment this was. And Colorado Kid kicks out of 2. Where this kid gets his reserve, I'll never know. But ladies and gentlemen, he is a classic wrestler. For just coming out of his rookie year, this kid's going to be phenomenal. He's going to be big time. And you fans can see him now all over the Ozark area. Boy, Cactus Jack taking it to the Colorado Kid there. Colorado Kid, he rolls him over. There again. Count of 2. Colorado Kid just barely jumps out. And I mean jumps out. Cactus Jack saying, okay, I'm going to finish him off. And he's hurt. He's got 20-some stitches in his arm. Colorado Kid earlier ripped off the bandages, put the claw right on the open wound. Ladies and gentlemen, it was just crazy. Cactus Jack there signaling the end. Signaling the end for the Colorado Kid. Picks him up. Colorado Kid fighting him. Down hard with the DDT. Goes for the cover. And he's got him. The Colorado Kid's got him. The Colorado Kid has just regained the North American heavyweight title. Freddie Fargo saying, what happened? What's going on here? There's the belt. Colorado Kid is once again the North American champion. The fans are standing. Look at there's Nature Boy Buddy Landell. Kicks him in the gut and DDT's the Colorado Kid. Now the Colorado Kid's just had a 45-minute match. Throws Colorado Kid out of the ring. Yeah, Buddy Landell going over to check on his friend, Cactus Jack. Yep. Oh, I thought he was his friend. Down. So he attacks Cactus Jack. What's Freddie Fargo doing? Now Landell calls in the Spiders. 3-on-1. Oh, yeah, that's the only way we can do it, you know. 3-on-1 on Cactus Jack. Fargo's mad that Jack's lost the belt. So now the Spiders and Landell are going to Shanghai him right there in the ring. Well, there's Slick Rick Burton. He's going to take his shot. That's great from behind, you old coward. Colorado Kid rolls in with the belt, swinging wildly. Connects on Rick Burton. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, Colorado Kid. He needs to check on Cactus Jack. What's going on? What is going on? Okay, let's...
Cactus Jack is about to embark on a 7,000-mile journey to the land of the rising sun, Tokyo, Japan, because that's where I make most of my living. The last time I was there, in front of 60,000 screaming fans, was the first ever thumbtack death match. Resulted in these 21 stitches, but you know what? I didn't care. I slept like a baby because I was proud. The Cactus Jack story has never been about making money. It's been about pride. Pride in what I do. Pride in the way I wrestle in a very sick, very strange way. Even a certain amount of pride in the way I look. But I'm not here today to talk about how proud I am, because Cactus Jack has no more pride. I got down on my knees. I looked at the Colorado Kid. I stuck out my hand, and like a dog for a bone, I begged the kid. I said, please, you don't owe me nothing. You can kick me right in my fat face, and I deserve it every bit. But I'm saying, please, you be a bigger man than me, please, Colorado Kid. Because Cactus Jack was dealt the dirty hand. Buddy Landell, do you have a clue as to what you've gotten yourself into? No, you don't. You don't have a clue. Because you've earned the wrath of Cactus Jack. And when the Colorado Kid said, yes, Jack, I will shake your hand, not out of friendship, but out of a one-night mutual agreement born out of hatred for you, Buddy Landell, and whatever goon you may bring. Because you see, the Colorado Kid said yes when Cactus Jack said he wanted in. And now Buddy Landell and whatever sick human being you might bring, I'm saying yes to taking you out. Sayonara. Bye.